What up, guys? Welcome back to another great episode of Redirekt, the podcast where we redirect purpose through fresh conversation, ideas, and perspective. I finally got my job back. They finally left my job alone. As you know, I'm back again, the host with the most, KARION. Next to me, we got QR.
What's up, y'all? My name's Raven, officially.
I guess Woman Month is over, so you're no longer QR?
No, y'all going to continue. It sticks.
Demanding. And also, we have DEVON.
What's good, y'all?
Very short intros today.
Crickets.
Yeah, that's all I had to say. I was like, I don't need to do a whole intro. I have thought about this. We may not say things that you agree with, but we're bound to say something that makes you think. Yeah.
I think that was really important for him to say. Mm-hmm. But before we get started, follow us on our socials, Instagram and Facebook at the Redirekt Podcast. And sadly this week that I did not shout the Black Business of the Week this past Friday because I kind of dipped off at the end of the week. I'm not going to lie. I did have someone highlight it and we're going to save them for another week. However, it will continue. We just didn't do it this week.
I see you've been practicing saying redirect.
Yeah.
Right? Last episode
I'm telling you, as long as I keep practicing, I'm going to get it one day. So
hey, we all evolving over here.
Exactly.
How are y'all today, my good people?
Pretty good. I was just telling them that I'm going to officially start bringing coffee as we record because I literally come here exhausted, even though I just woke up 2 hours ago. Don't know what that's about, but...
You know what that's about.
What is it about?
Running the streets.
Them streets. The streets is calling.
No comment.
Oh, so we know they be calling.
All right.
So anyways, I'm doing good today. Today was like the first Saturday in about a month that I got sleep in to like 11 o'clock. So I am feeling refreshed. So yeah. How about you?
I don't feel good. My allergies are terrible right now. This sucks. But overall, the week wasn't bad. I didn't have a hard, crazy work week. So
do you take any days off like you're not supposed to?
I got time, boy. Got time off.
You need to be working every day.
You need to be working every day.
No, I need to
Don't
be
let
off.
these people work you to the ground.
Yeah.
Take your
know
days
your
off.
worth, kings and queens.
Okay.
So I have a question that's part of the check-in. I want you guys to name a time, sometime during the past week, where you had to practice patience.
Well, I got to practice patience every single day of my life. I had to work with them clients. But you in particular, I know what you want. We went to what?
No, you didn't have to say
that. No, I won't say it because it's up here.
I was going to say it.
Raven and we went to Fo. Fo was at 73 something. I don't know.
79, I think.
Was that the longest service ever? We didn't even... It took like 20 minutes for us to get service in general.
Get someone to acknowledge our presence.
Yes, take out orders. After Raven got her order placed, I had to wait another 20 minutes to place my order. And then it took like 50 years to get our food.
And then it was nasty.
I ain't gonna lie.
It wasn't even good.
When I took my food home and ate it later, it tasted better.
I still have it in my fridge sitting in
Throw
that
that food away.
I think I just don't like wasting food. But anyway, I think the reason why I end up staying is because I'm trying to train myself that not everything has to be instant. And I was like, okay, it's okay. There's only 3 people here. They're obviously trying their hardest, so I'm going to be patient. I think that's the reason why we stayed so long.
You're being very understanding in that.
I was trying to, but then I ended up pissed because it was nasty.
I'll tell you a moment I got a better moment for me. I just started doing Postmates delivery, and they playing with my tip money, man.
Oh my God! Crowd on this tip money, man.
Bro, I've been checking every night for like 5
minutes. It's going, or maybe they didn't tip.
They need to put up this $0, so I know they didn't tip. Instead of me waiting,
that's probably what it is. They didn't tip.
I need to know. I drove like 30 minutes for one delivery.
Wait, so you don't know how much the tip money is?
Not from the get go. It says like you'll know as soon as 24 hours.
And it's been more than 24 hours.
Yes, I still had deliveries from Thursday. I don't know what my tip is.
And you know people don't play about their money. Or Karan don't play about his money.
Go ahead, what you better say, Devon? I need my money. Give it to me. I need it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger out here. What you just said kind of leads us into our topic today, delayed gratification. Because you want that instant gratification of seeing that tip money go on that thing. Boy.
I would like to see it as soon as I get it, but I'm understanding to the point where I can at least wait 24 hours. After that 24 hours, my patience is gone.
So it's been more than 24 hours.
Yes.
Right? So you know you didn't get that money.
Nah.
You need to learn acceptance.
I was just about to say.
I'm all right.
He's resisting.
I looked online. People are having the same problems. They say no, they might not get it to Monday sometimes.
Well, now you got a date.
He doesn't want to wait.
I'm trying to be where the money resides.
Where the money resides?
I'll tell you.
Finish it.
I wasn't gonna finish it.
No, I'm talking about him.
Oh.
Who?
You. Anyways, go ahead.
Oh, you talking about the patients?
Nah, no, go ahead.
Oh, I don't know what y'all was saying.
See,
My patient moment came at work yesterday, actually, when I had to deal with something. And I was just like, okay, I'm not going to get stressed out because that's not going to help me in this situation.
Yeah.
So I had to practice patience or else I was going to get frustrated.
yeah, it's like sometimes you have no choice but to be patient, just take a step back and breathe.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, like a moment ago, I think part of being patient is having acceptance and realizing, like, it kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Can't control it.
Not everything. Some things are within your control. Can't control everything. So, what is delayed gratification? It is the act of resisting an impulse to take an immediately available reward in the hope of obtaining a more valued reward in the future. The ability to delay gratification is essential to self-regulation or self-control.
And what is the opposite of delayed gratification?
You tell me.
Hoping you say because you ain't never put it in the docket. Was it instant gratification? Basically, wanting something immediately. So I just want to throw that out there
because that tip money.
It's my money, and I need it now.
All right.
I feel like as America, we run on instant gratification, and we're just so used to getting things so fast. So
I'm just a product of my government. I need it.
A product of our environment, society.
Government. They made me like this.
Amazon messed us up. I ain't gonna lie, Karan. When I order stuff, sometimes I be expecting to get it soon. Especially when, they do that 2-day shipping. I be ordering from Walmart, so I'm like, I need to get it together.
This man order from Walmart right down the street.
Nah, some stuff they only have online. You can't buy it in store.
I personally don't like online shopping because when I buy it, I want to have it right then and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. But online give you more variety.
Right, I bought the other jacket. As soon as I bought it, the first notification they sent me, your joint is delayed. I was like, y'all didn't even process it.
They sent that to me too.
I was like, yeah.
But mine coming tomorrow.
But
anyways, why do y'all think that is? Why are we resistant, or why do we feel like we need to get everything quick? I mean, I just said Amazon plays a factor, but it probably comes before then, right?
Yeah. I mean, like Karan mentioned, like he's a product of his government. Like we're just a product of the American society that we live in. I'm pretty sure the other world is like other parts of the world are like that as well. But specifically for America, I know that we're all about productivity and selling things as fast as possible so they can make money faster. So it's just like they want to provide faster service so you can keep coming back and buying it. Does that make sense? So that's just how I see it. And it just when we go into restaurants, we want to be sat down quickly.
Yep.
Amazon 2-day shipping. I expect that junk to be here in 2 days, like
I want it one day.
Not one day. That's a lot, but I don't know. I just feel like we're groomed to think that way.
I feel like personally, since I'm the grandpa of the podcast, I feel like I've grown up in a time where instant gratification wasn't everything. So I've grown up to know to be patient and wait for things. But now today's society is kind of like trying to mold me into more so wanting to be instant and not have no delayed gratification. So I feel like I kind of had that balance in a sense. Sometimes I can wait, and sometimes like I need this now. So I'm kind of feel like I'm in that in between phase. In
between phase of growing up kind of and not having a fast paced world or as fast paced.
In between instant and delayed gratification.
Okay.
I kind of bounce back and forth between both ends sometimes, both spectrums.
Yeah, I think I do the same. Like I said, sometimes I order stuff and it's hard for me to wait because I want it right then and there. And don't let them send me a message saying that it's about to be delayed. You about to, you gonna get it like 4 days later. But
obviously, it just depends on the situation too. Because like when you're working, for example, exercise, I feel like that's a big thing. Like when you're like trying to reach a certain like body weight or a certain type of build, that journey is going to take a long time. So you're willing to be patient for that, I guess.
I just accepted it.
Do we know that though?
I just accepted my body for what it is.
At least for me, I know that it's going to be a process and a journey. But I think even if you scroll on Pinterest, you see videos of girls be like, how to get abs in 3 days.
Yep. 30-day workout to change your body. Yeah.
That is so ridiculous. And
Drink this shake and it'll shed the pounds off.
That joint probably got parasites inside of it eating away your body.
Right, that's what's doing the job.
I was at Dollar General and I saw when you're checking out online, they'll have a whole bunch of crap like gum and stuff like that. Like there was like pills that were like, shed some fat off. I'm like
hydroxy cut and all that.
I don't even know the research and science behind it, but the fact that it's at Dollar General, you know that it's not. You should not be putting nothing in your body that is a pill from Dollar General.
Unless it's like pain pills, like Advil and all that.
Right? Yeah.
That was so weak. That's funny.
I don't know. I just feel like there's also, I don't want to get too far ahead, but there's like satisfaction in the journey too, almost sometimes.
Of waiting.
Yeah, like you know the journey of working out, like. I mean, that's not really a good one because not everybody likes working out.
It shows your hard work paid off.
Yes, that's what I mean.
To go on this journey and work hard and be consistent and then see at the end of the journey the results that come.
Reaping your benefits.
Yeah, reaping benefits.
Yeah.
Those are good points.
Yeah.
Those are good points. So one thing that I feel like also contributes to this is how we view media. So we have the internet now, which is even more a part of our lives, right? When me and Karan were younger, I think we went to the computer lab and stuff like when we were younger, but you know it wasn't like huge. And then as we got older and became teenagers and young adults, like you know you got Instagram, Facebook, MySpace at one point, and just all this fast stuff. And even now when you have Netflix, Hulu, and all these other streaming devices where you don't have to necessarily watch commercials if you don't want to. But back in the day, you watching the show.
You had to wait like.
Boy, you remember that? You remember the TV Guide channel?
Yes.
You had. I don't know if you know about the TV Guide channel.
I think I do. Go ahead.
That whole channel you got to turn to, you got to sit there and wait for all the channels to go by to wait for your particular channel to show up to see what's playing and at what time.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
I remember that.
I used to hate it. I'll be waiting for that joint to scroll by and I get distracted and my channel don't went by, so now I got to wait for the whole repeat and like, oh my gosh.
I was just about to say that. If you miss it, you got to wait all over again for it to come back. Yeah.
It's almost nostalgic, like hearing y'all say that. Like it sounds really like those were the times where you just had to wait for something. I don't know.
No, they won't.
I mean, obviously you don't like it now because, you know, you're getting everything at an instant.
Yeah.
Especially with phones. Y'all said y'all had to go all the way to the computer lab to have some type of internet. But now we can have internet in the car, on the bus, in our beds. Like, it's, you know, everything is in our hands now.
I remember the only time I had access to good internet is when I went to computer class. I didn't have it at home. Yeah. I had to wait till I go to class the next day to use it.
You remember dial up? That loud thing make all that noise. Connection speed slow as I know that download speed was slow.
You don't know about that download.
I do not know anything about that.
Nowadays you want to download something. If it's going too slow, you're gonna get frustrated.
Yes.
Well, what?
Pissed off even.
But I think that also goes into what companies advertise, like fast speeds, like Verizon.
Was it Verizon, T-Mobile?
They good for that. Verizon's like, we have super fast. Or was it
5G now?
Yeah, 5G. They're gonna have 6G at some point. They just keep pushing out and advertising fast, and that's what we expect.
The worst part about it is not really that fast because they throttle people's speed. They make sure you don't get the top notch speed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like your
Is that a conspiracy theory or is that actually true?
There's been plenty of places that's been fined for stuff like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like when you sign up to have internet for your house, they told you what speeds you want to have.
Yeah.
If you do a speed check, you're like, hold on now, I'm supposed to be getting a gigabyte speed. Why I'm only maxing out at 200?
I didn't even think about that. I need to check that. Karan got me like, hold on now.
I don't even care that much.
It. You say that now.
I don't.
Until you start paying for it.
Yeah.
You live off that school
I
Wi-Fi.
really don't pay for it.
Yeah, you live off that school Wi-Fi.
Wait till you got to pay $80 a month for some files. Gigabyte speed, and you only getting a little bit.
And that joint still kick you off the Xbox when you're playing at night.
Talking about frustrated.
It's 2021, guy. Come on now.
Talking about frustrated.
Yikes. Yeah, I really don't pay for Wi-Fi. But anyways, I think, I was listening to this video on YouTube and it was like she was saying that we live in the age of acceleration and that,
My car do not accelerate.
I got sport mode, boy.
I got a 4-cylinder, but go ahead.
I just think that, everything's supposed to give us, we want fast service because we could fill that time with something else, but we end up filling that time with nothing,
That's a very good point. We want so much. We want things done very quickly for what?
It's not like we're gonna rush home and meditate and fill ourselves up with great things.
I think Raven made a good point earlier that we live in this fast paced world. We want to get so much done and whatnot. So if everything is fast paced, okay, now I can do this in like 10 seconds. Now I can potentially go do something else, fill my time with something else. But instead, I'm wasting all my time waiting when I should be more productive in society. And to be more productive, I need things to be faster.
if I can make a general statement, because I feel like a lot of people probably do this. Think about this, y'all. You get off of work, or you're at work, and you're thinking about all the things you would do if you were not at work, and then you get off early one day. Are you gonna go home and do all those things?
Nope. I'm going right to sleep.
Not for me. I'll be on my phone for 3 hours on accident.
Yep. Or watching something, or just kind of killing time.
How you know I'm not at work wanting to go home and sit on my phone for 3 hours and watch something?
Some people might, but I think at least in my experience, I'm like, man, if I want here right now, I'd be doing this. I'd be writing a book. I'd be changing the world, doing all these different.
If it wasn't for work, I'd be the best guitarist in the world. But as the pandemic has showed me, being out of work in school, that is not the case. I am just as lazy with nothing to do.
You ever feel like sometimes you have too much time?
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you?
So I got too much time, so I just do nothing.
Yeah.
I definitely take my time doing everything.
Fill the time with nothingness.
When you said that, I instantly thought about quarantine. I was privileged enough to just stay at home the whole time and not have to work. And like those days were I didn't ever feel bored because I just started taking up other things like reading and drawing and talking on the phone with my friends every day. Like I felt like my day was being filled up and I didn't feel like I had too much time.
I had too much to do because I was in the tail end of grad school. So I was in internship during stay at home pandemic. So I'm trying to stay home and make up hours some way, somehow.
That is such an awkward time.
It was at the beginning of it was terrible.
Yeah.
And
I had to work 40 hours a week.
That man, he out there slaving still.
Yeah.
Trying to work from home.
All right, now I'm going to go in and get these hours in now. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah. But I just thought that was interesting how like we want to, and in some cases, when you're in a corporation or whatever, they do want things to be faster because they are more productive in a day. But do y'all think there's too much productivity? Like you're just doing so much within a small span, like just overworking.
You're overexhausting yourself.
Yeah, overexhausting yourself.
You talking as far as work or just in general?
At work. I'm talking about like a job
at work, take your time to do your job because it has shown over and over again if you do your job fast, they're just going to find something else for you to do.
Yeah.
If you could do your job in 10 minutes, take an hour to do it.
Yeah.
Unless you have the kind of job where you have a certain amount of stuff to do and you're not like being micromanaged, and once you're done with that you can leave.
Oh yeah, then get your stuff done fast.
Yeah, but some jobs they will be like, well, since you finished early, then do this too.
Well, working in retail, boy, I had to clean my department so quick. Oh, you finished? Go help such and such out over there. I'm like, no.
You talking about that JCPenney life? I remember
Kmart, JCPenney, any retail life.
It's your department and you gotta help somebody else.
Right. So that's not my problem.
We used to sit and refold the
I
graphic
used to
tees.
hate they sent me to your department. I did not know how to fold clothes. I still don't know how to fold clothes.
That's what taught me how to fold clothes.
I just be balling that stuff up and put it inside my dresser drawer.
Goodness, that is.
Why you think my shirt wrinkled now?
Imagine your supervisor looking at you in the corner after stuffing shirts in the corner.
I mean, I'm gonna look at him. You should have known better.
Right.
You knew this was going to happen. You knew this was going to happen if you sent me over here. So you knew the consequences.
Should have left posting blame on something else.
Should have left me in the shoe department.
Karan be like, now what did you learn?
Exactly. Worst part about it, they'll do it again.
Something I want to bring up too is like quick fixes. Like how people like they are in dire need for money and they're willing to go through a whole pyramid scheme to get money.
Cutco knives is not a thing of business for you to do. Do not do Cutco knives. Do not do Vector. Anything that's trying to get you to sell appliances door to door, don't do it.
It's not fast paced, and you exhaust so much energy trying to do it.
You want to exhaust the money you don't have trying to do it because you got to buy the startup stuff anyway. That stuff is expensive, and then you're going to try to go straight to your family and friends to sell, and they not going to want no parts of it.
No,
destroying friendships and everything.
This sounds very personal.
Nah, I just reading stories online about other people doing it, and I know people who try to do it. I ain't buying that mess.
But that's how they get people because
fresh out of high school,
saying you can make money quick. You can change your life tomorrow. Look at me, I'm successful. I did it. You can do it too. And
what really
gravitates to people.
Well, really, the best things take time. To me, it's more quality.
Yeah,
most of the time. Not
quality
all the time.
over quantity.
Yes.
So, what does delayed gratification do to our society?
I said, for me personally, it separates me from the divine. I know that's like really ambiguous.
Deep.
Yeah, because I don't know, when I always feel like, I'm trying to explain the best way, but I don't think God is rushing through I can't explain it. I'm trying to figure out how I want to explain it. I just that sentence just really resonates with me. It just separates me from the vine. What about y'all as I collect my thoughts?
I feel like it makes us more appreciative of the things that we work for. Mm-hmm. As we've seen, growing up, you see people who just get things all willy-nilly, break it or whatever. Whatever, I get another one. They're not appreciative of the things that they get. When you actually work hard for something, it takes time to get it. You're more appreciative and take care of your stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I asked the question wrong. As I heard you answer, I think I asked the question wrong.
Yeah, then re-ask it then.
Huh? So I said, what does delayed gratification do
to our society? Make you more appreciative.
Yeah. So the question is supposed to be, what is the lack of delayed gratification?
So what does, see, that's why you put instant gratification in there. You should have put that in.
What does instant gratification do to our society?
The opposite of appreciate.
Now you gotta explain it all over again, boy.
Let me just speak backwards. Freaking people out.
I was confused because obviously my answer was not. I was confused. Go ahead.
So what does instant gratification do?
Mm-hmm.
Or seeking instant gratification. Yeah.
You willing to take shortcuts in life, cutting corners, you never really truly work hard for something. Do you come spoiled in a sense? If you do get it, do you expect everything's supposed to just be handed to me and given to me? I shouldn't have to work hard for nothing.
Yeah.
And that's not the type of people I'm trying to be around.
Nah, that's the point I wanted to make. It creates entitled people.
Yes.
These people out here like, I deserve this over somebody else. And it's like, why do you feel like you need to get this in this moment at this time? You want everybody else to kind of cater to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I agree with both of y'all, what y'all are saying.
Which isn't fair because that's not how life works. Like, everybody has a life. Everybody has things going on within their lives. And sometimes there's so many different things that can happen that you just can't even take account for.
I feel like I should have $50 billion in my account right now. I shouldn't have to work and do nothing. I just live my life. But, ain't nobody want to get that to me, so.
Yeah.
That is true.
Support our podcast. Make sure y'all give us a 5-star rating. We need at least 50 billion 5-star rating so Karan can have $50 billion in his pocket.
50 billion, that's a lot.
That's more than there's people in the world.
Is it?
Create a second account.
How many people are in the world?
It's like 9 billion, something like that.
Y'all create.
That doesn't even sound right.
Create 5 accounts. Just keep giving us ratings. I need that. I need money.
Weak. I am weak. Raven mentioned earlier there being beauty in the journey. How do y'all feel about that?
Yeah. Like J. Cole said, it's beauty in the struggle.
Yeah. But what does that make y'all think about?
Because, I don't know, my brain isn't working today. Go ahead.
Reboot. But do that. You gain a lot of experiences and life lessons throughout the journey. And as you going through it, maybe you didn't have somebody to help guide you, so you got to kind of tough it out and go through it yourself. As you go through it, you learn, okay, if I got to do this again, now I know how to go about it a second way so I can be more efficient. Yeah. And then you can also try to pass that knowledge on to other people.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like the end result is the reward, and the journey is what you collect. Like, you're learning all these different skills and mindsets and
people you'll meet along the way and things like
exactly.
that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to bring up the point of sometimes we don't even reach the destination because paths change. So that's why it's important for you to be involved in your journey and be present, because even if your path does change and you're not working towards that same end goal anymore, you would have benefited from experiencing the journey that you was on.
This just hit me. I know this not in the docket, but it's perfect for it. The movie Click by Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah.
That's a perfect example of instant gratification. Then he just clicked to fast forward through things, and he started off going fast forwarding through the shower, fast forward through the bathroom, then skipping work and things like that. Then eventually, next thing you know, he skipped all the way to the end of his life. But as he skipped and got the things that he wanted, he missed everything in between. He had no recollection of what happened, how he got here, what happened to the people in his life. Yeah. So that's the journey that he skipped along the way. Yeah. When I agree with skipping the shower in the bathroom, I skip that in a heartbeat.
Right.
At least the bathroom.
Those are my best thoughts in the shower, though.
I just be listening to music.
See, you're not being present.
Yeah.
I can be present after the shower. I'm trying to do other things.
I could see even in a way of the end result shouldn't be so. I could see how spearheading to the end result can, like you said, not allow you to be present in the moment. You miss out on what you could have learned in that journey. So, yeah.
I'm glad you brought that movie, Karan, because I love that movie.
I forgot about that movie.
Not only is it entertaining, but it's a story of being present and mindfulness. Because he did not want to be in certain moments.
Yeah.
Certain moments he considered to be menial or boring or whatever the case. Yeah, mundane or whatever the case may be. So he's like, if I can fast forward through all these moments, then I'll be better. And he realizes, later, he's like, I miss time with my family. I miss like all these different experiences and parts of my journey that I can never get back.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lesson for people in general. When you're trying to fast forward to something that you want, when you're trying to not be present because it's just you can't bear it or it's boring or you don't have time for it, you're missing life and you're missing your life.
Yeah. Even the movie Soul, where he was so focused on, I don't know if y'all have seen it, but he was so focused on becoming like a jazz pianist, I think, that he was missing out on like the love of his life and enjoying his life and just the simplicity of being on earth and enjoying the small things like a leaf falling from a tree. Like, he was missing out on those things because he was so focused on his success. And when he got it, it wasn't even that big of it was a big deal to him, but he realized it wasn't as meaningful as he thought it was going to be.
Yeah, he's like, that's it?
Yeah, like literally that's it, yeah.
What now? And that's a good point too, Raven. I thought about something like, you never know what you will experience in the present moment. So you could see something like an old car ride down the street just because you're paying attention and being present, and that car reminds you of a loved one that's passed on or something from your past, and just in that moment you may find like happiness or peace or gratitude or peace or something. But if you're like focusing on trying to get through the light or try to get out of traffic or trying to get to your destination, hurry up, you miss all those chances, which can occur even when you're in a fast food line, like trying to wait for your Whopper or your Chick-fil-A. You know?
I found myself like rushing through work, like trying to get this assignment done. Just my heart's racing. I'm just like, hurry up. This computer's not going fast enough so I can get this done. But I'm like, hold on, wait. Let me slow down.
I'm only like that when I wait till the last minute. If I got like 2 hours for this assignment due, then I'm panicking.
I guess, yeah, in a way.
You ever submitted an assignment at 11:59:57?
I honestly don't let myself get that far.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, I've never had that experience.
Playing with fire, boy. It's exhilarating.
On the edge.
Yeah,
as y'all can see.
Well, there's been one time I had a minute left. I'm trying to submit, and my computer, the internet crashed. I said, oh. I'm like,
no.
Still got it in.
I cry in moments like that. I get overwhelmed.
I live for
That's
those.
why I don't.
I used to live for those moments.
That's too stressful. Why you do that to yourself?
The stress kept me going.
Yeah, all right.
It's going. Let me stop.
Is it gonna end me?
Yeah, stress ruins your heart.
You sound like that. Well, I'm done with school now. So I ain't got no
I know, but consistent stress for a long period of time can have an effect on your body.
I wouldn't necessarily say it was a long period of time. It was short bursts of stress. Because I would not worry about that assignment at all until it was time to worry about it. So I'm not stressed until it's time to worry about it. And then that stress is only lasting for like a few hours, and then I'm done. After I'm done, it's completely gone.
I'm glad you find joy in that.
How do we benefit from practicing delayed gratification?
I think it's taught me to be okay with the uncertainty of not knowing when I'm going to get it. Does that make sense? So, for me, in a spiritual sense, if I'm waiting on an answer, I should be able to sit and wait for as long as possible to get that answer, especially if it has something to do with my purpose. So like, I know a lot of people want an answer right now when it comes to the divine, but I feel like people like me finally being like, okay with not getting that instant gratification, that instant go, like it allows me to be okay with uncertainty and like wait for something that is more quality and real and more authentic for me.
I'm not a big church person now, but I remember there was a song that I would hear when I went to church, and it says that God may not come when you want him to come, but he's right on time. And that makes me think about what you just said. It makes me think about that. And I try to apply that to other areas of my life as well. Sometimes you really want something because you feel like this is something that's going to enhance your life or whatever the case may be. And sometimes in those moments you have to wait. You have to practice patience. And sometimes you don't get it.
Yeah.
So, you just have to have the understanding, at some point, there are things that are out of my control. And I can either stress about them and worry myself and like, when am I going to get this? When am I going to get this? Or I can kind of just, still have it in my mind, but not fret over it, and just kind of continue going about life until I get the news or whether I got it or not.
Yeah, and then I feel like even when you go and actually get it, like you actually get that thing that you've been waiting on, you're like, wow, if I got that a year ago when I actually wanted it, like I wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm glad it came now and not then, because that would have been a hot mess. So
it makes me think about relationships. Yeah, because sometimes they'll say like right person, wrong time.
I don't know if I believe in that.
You don't?
I don't know.
I do.
You do?
Share.
I ain't got nothing to share. I just say I believe
You
it.
say I believe in it.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
got
believe.
no thoughts about it.
I mean, because what's supposed to happen is going to happen.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
What?
No, I guess.
There's multiple aspects to look at that. No.
That's why I was like, let me just, because there's different avenues you can go with that. But
yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I also feel like if you practice delayed gratification or becoming comfortable with delayed gratification, it will increase your self-control.
Self-control, acceptance, peace. I feel like acceptance comes with peace. Yeah,
it can.
It can. But there's also like perks of being impulsive. For me, at least.
Oh, no, my wallet is
because I remember when I got the assistantship for this that I have now, but I couldn't have the assistantship unless I was in the program. And there was like some miscommunication on like, that I had to apply to the program in order to have this assistantship. I thought if I got the assistantship, I would be in the program. Yeah. And once I found out that that wasn't the case, I had to go out to ODU and see if I could apply to the program and the deadline passed. So I was like, oh my gosh. Remember Raven was just like, okay, accept it. But I impulsively sent a long email to the program and asking them if I can apply late. They said no. And then I was like, I'm going to just do it again. And then I did it again, and someone finally said yes.
Would you really call that impulsive, though?
It started off with being impulsive, but then became determination.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
Because I didn't think hard about it. I didn't wait for an answer from from God. I just did it. Does that make sense? Yeah.
There are moments, like Raven saying, where you can be impulsive and it doesn't have like a serious risk attached to it,
Yeah.
Like you sitting on the couch and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna take a drive.
Yeah.
That's in that moment you're making a quick decision to do something, right? Versus, impulsively spending your savings away. That has a bigger risk than you driving down the street or to another city.
The risk is happiness, fellas. Come on. You spend that money, you should be happy, right?
Depending on what you buying.
Buy me a guitar so I can be happy.
You have so many instruments.
I only have 2.
You've had so many instruments. You
So
don't
only
need me to
wind up
buy
with
you
2.
anything.
I only have 2 now.
Come on, like $5,000 worth of musical gear.
Don't listen to him. I don't even have $5,000, period.
Anyways.
Okay.
I hear that on here you say like mindfulness is one cure to delayed gratification.
To instant gratification.
Instant gratification.
Slippery slope with the words. Saying that it's a cure. That's saying that it can fix it.
It can. In a moment, it can. Not in general.
But to say it's a cure, I mean, okay, this will fix the problem. It might not work for everybody.
You can cure a cold, but it can come back.
Certain things you can't cure.
Yeah.
Can you really? So if you can cure instant gratification, that means you should no longer have it.
In the moment, you can cure it.
Okay. I just think you should.
I don't think cure is permanent though.
When I hear the word cure, I think, okay, this is fixing the problem.
When you playing Pokemon and your Pokemon gets poisoned and you give it a potion, you've cured it for that.
You cure the status element
for that time, and then it can get poisoned again.
So what do you think the word should be?
Because when I think of instant gratification, that's more so mental. That's like saying you can cure schizophrenia.
It's 2 different things.
It's mental.
Yeah, but
it's mental.
Things.
It's mental.
It's 2 different
it's mental.
things, though.
It's
yeah,
mental.
but instant gratification is something that you want.
Yeah.
Schizophrenia is a whole state that you're in.
My point is, it's mental.
No, so instant gratification isn't mental. What's mental is the repercussions of instant gratification, such as anger.
So what if somebody that has instant gratification, you help them out with some mindfulness, and they still go out and be impulsive?
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you didn't cure it for them.
In that moment.
You didn't cure it for them. So it didn't work.
I'm trying
So
to
what
figure out
should-
the point.
Yeah. So what word do you think that
I feel like cure is just too strong of a word. That's what I'm saying.
So what word would you substitute?
is one? I guess he wants to say mindfulness is one way that we can help with that. One way to help with instant gratification.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. I feel like Devon don't agree with it like last night.
No, I agree.
Mindfulness
I'm just
can.
like,
I'm saying mindfulness can slow you down and make you more present in the moment. To be like, okay, like I don't have to have this thing right now.
Because you know how people in this world are. Well, you told me it was a cure, and I'm not cured. So why am I still having this issue?
But that's with everything, though. How would you feel about what do you say therapy is?
It's a process.
It's a process, but at the end of the day, what do you hope that they will have?
Hope it can help you manage better your situation that you're living through.
And that's the same thing with mindfulness.
But I didn't say cure though.
Okay,
Therapy is not a cure for anything that you're going through.
Okay, so what? Okay, all right.
Is it? Is therapy?
I guess not. It's not a cure, but it can feel like one.
Yeah.
It can feel like one, but it is not a cure. If you're a therapist, you should not be out here advertising, I can cure your problems.
Yeah.
And you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
So what's anti-venom? What's anti-venom?
That sounds like some scientific medicine that will cure if you got poison.
Yeah, if you get bit by a poisonous snake, they take that poison and they make an anti-venom for you, right?
Yeah.
And you're cured from that poison at that time.
Yes.
If you get bit again by that snake, then you're going to need some more anti-venom.
But therapy is not a cure, though.
I'm not saying therapy is a cure.
You're going for things that are actually cures for.
Yeah. So I'm saying mindfulness can be a cure in the moment for wanting instant gratification. It doesn't mean it can never
that
come
makes
back.
sense too. He's not saying that it's going to cure for the rest of your life. It can cure that moment, but you're still going to have to keep taking that potion. You're going to still have to keep practicing mindfulness.
I'm going to just say this. I get what y'all saying. I feel like my point
I understand what you're saying too. You just don't want to be, so you're worried about the absolute part of cureness. You don't want to say like mindfulness will just fix everything. And I don't think, like, of course we should be careful with our words.
I'm just going to say slippery slope. That's all I'm going to say. Slippery slope.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing will cure everything, especially when it relates to mental health. Therapy won't, mindfulness won't, yoga, all these other different things that you can use. If you know something, please let me know because I need to do it. But there are things that can help in a moment and that can help alleviate certain things. So yeah, mindfulness won't be a cure for anything. It won't make you completely in the moment all the time. I have my moments where I'm not present. I'm on autopilot. We're all growing all the time. We're all learning, and we're always just trying to increase these things, right? But yeah, it's not an end all be all.
Yeah. I mean, and I know about mindfulness and I know like about different things of accepting the moment, but I was just in a Wendy's drive-thru on like Monday and the line was long and it was going slow. I'm like, dang, what's going on? Like, I still have those moments, but I have to bring myself back. It's like a constant like reminder that I have to bring myself back.
That was me waiting for y'all at the photo show. I was like, man, I got my moles already.
All right, let's go.
Can we leave?
Yeah. But I mean, I think the biggest thing is just acceptance and understanding that not everything will go how you want it to go, and that entitlement, I feel like, ruins your experience on this earth.
And just accepting that people are human. So even if you are at drive-thru and you're going slower than you would like for it to go, like, you don't know what may have happened because you can't see inside the restaurant. It could be a kitchen fire for all you know.
Understaffed, someone's having a bad day, someone's getting trained. I try not to honk at people on the road because that kid who's driving could be
angry.
No, I don't honk at people in general because I always think like that person could be a 16-year-old learning to drive right now.
I've been thinking about that sometimes too.
Or that person,
sometimes.
And I'll see an old person driving really slow. I'm like, wow, they're really enjoying their life right now, even though it's frustrating me. Like, get out the way, but this person just.
Only honk my horn for two reasons. What's so funny?
Go ahead.
As you can see, these are going to be very, realistic reasons that make sense. One, you're sitting at the green light. The light turns green. I give you like 3 seconds to go. You're not going at all. Like deep, little honk.
Reminder.
Yeah. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to do that. I will do that if you try to hit me.
Yes. So
those are the main two reasons why I will honk my horn.
Yeah.
Try to hit you. I don't think anyone tries to hit you.
Somebody might.
If somebody trying to get into your lane,
or they're about to, they're going to accidentally hit you.
Or somebody just might have a vendetta against
they might.
Against Karan.
They might.
Anybody.
They might.
We don't know who our enemies are out here.
Exactly. You don't know how many enemies you made doing this podcast right now.
I guess. Yikes, that's scary.
We know you got one super fan, but we don't know how many enemies you got.
We always got enemies. They won't say they're enemies though.
Oh, y'all getting deep on me.
I don't be doing nothing. Nobody have no enemies. I be out here chilling. If anybody don't like me, that's on them. I don't care that you don't like me. All you need to know is I like me, and that's what's important.
Any last thoughts on
yes.
delayed gratification
yes.
or instant gratification? Yes.
How do you teach somebody who's been spoiled, entitled, handouts all their life? How do you teach them delayed gratification?
I think
both of us.
I think, if I was that person, I don't think anyone likes being angry all the time. And they're probably tired. Maybe they're probably tired of it. And I would try to bring them do you always want to be this angry all the time? Does it feel good to be angry and frustrated? Because that's what happens. They just get so upset and just so driven by anger and dread. I would just ask the question, do you want this for the rest of your life? And they can decipher on whether that's even healthy for themselves. Just bringing them inside to what they're actually feeling.
I would try to respectfully and safely humble them so that they can have a mind state shift and have a better understanding of why the world doesn't revolve around them and why they should get everything right then and there in that moment.
The reason why I didn't go that route is because if they're getting mad, if they feel entitled, there's no way of humbly.
They may not be getting mad though. They may not be getting mad. They might just feel like they need everything. Why am I not getting this?
I've been getting it all my whole life. I'm just gonna call Daddy up, and Daddy gonna get it for me.
Yeah.
The world don't work like that, Charles.
Not Charles.
You got a bald head.
Do you have an answer?
I feel like something like that is hard because especially they got the whole entitlement thing and they've been getting it all their life. They're not going to want to see another way. So they might need to be humble. You might need DEVON to come out there and smack the food out of their hand and make them wait for another meal.
I gotta smack food out of their hand?
You say you're going to humble them. So
I said respectfully.
You respectfully knock their meatball sub out their hand and make them wait for another one.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's hard too, though, because can you humble somebody? Or is that something that they naturally just have to experience themselves?
Some people, you might want to let them experience themselves because they got power behind them. You better leave them alone.
Because you can smack the sub out their hand, but they're probably just going to get mad.
Exactly.
Got another sub ready.
If I end up doing that, I have to have a really good reason. I have to feel really led to do that in order to make a drastic call out like that. Because, there's a purpose for everything. If I feel inclined to tell you this, I will tell you. But if I'm just telling you because of my ego, I'm getting mad at you, then I'm not going to do it because it might not be helpful in that moment.
I see somebody that entitled and everything, I'll probably just going to go the opposite way and just not deal with them.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. What would you do if you was at a restaurant with your significant other and they are being very impatient? They want to be serviced now. You see the restaurant is busy. Your waiter looks, flustered. They're doing a lot. They're still attending to you, but there's just so much going on. But your partner just is not understanding in that moment. What do you do?
I would probably feel overwhelmed that they're rushing. I'm can you just calm down? What's going on? I'll just be confused. And it would be a red flag for me, honestly.
I'm going to get frustrated because first I'm going to try to talk to them first. You need to calm down, though. This is a place of business. This is the risk that we took coming out to eat opposed to staying home and cooking our own food. There was this potential that this might go like this. It could go well. Potential they could be extremely busy. You never know until you get there. And with that being said, you got to be ready for anything and just be calm and patient. And if you can't do that, then I'm going to start getting frustrated and upset. I probably might leave them, depending on how bad it is. Tell them if we need to go. And if we stay for the meal, I'm just going to overly tip the person if they were still trying to their best and being nice, even though my significant other was being rude.
Yeah. I think we've all been in moments where you're trying to give your best, but it's just so many different things going on around you that it's difficult for you to give your best. That's satisfactory for other people, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like I say, you never know what somebody else is going through. They might even lost their beta fish and could be stressful.
R.I.P. Amethyst.
It could be very traumatic to them because they never lost a pet before, so they don't know how to handle it. So now they having a tough day at work trying to serve food, And here y'all come, you know, being rude and belligerent and whatever, and impatient, making the day harder for them.
Compassion can be another thing that can help against wanting instant gratification, right? So if you're understanding that Amazon has been the Amazon workers have probably been overworked since the pandemic hit. They were already busy before the pandemic.
They're going through it now. The workers are going through it.
The workers are probably having an overdrive for like a year. So if you're understanding of that, then it might make you more willing to wait if your package gets, you know, delayed a day or two or whatever the case may be. So, you know.
I like that.
If you're, granted, I might be impatient when it comes to ordering stuff online, but I'm not going to go out of my way, write them and call them, fuss them. If you're doing all that, then you got other things.
That's such a waste of energy to me.
Yes, it is.
I'm just going to be mad internally and then eventually just go away.
Yeah.
I'm not better at press it and put it on somebody else.
Yeah.
What are some things y'all can't wait for? Like you feel like you personally
this tip money from Postmates. It's my money and I need it now.
Are you ready?
I think for me the first thing that came to mind is like a relationship. I can't wait for someone to let me know if they like me or not. Like I know this person's interested in me, but I'm not gonna wait 6 months to a year for you to realize that you want to commit to me. I'm not gonna wait on that.
That's a good one.
That's very solid. That's a very solid.
So they have to come to you?
What do you mean they have to come to me?
You know that they're interested. It can go either way.
No, we're talking. I'm saying we're talking and we're getting to know each other, but you're not going to like ask me to be your girlfriend or commit to me until like a year later. Like it takes you that long to realize that. I'm not waiting that long.
Commit to that king.
He won't super commit is what she's saying.
Yeah, I do. And I'm not going to wait.
You tell him, I want to be your girlfriend. I'm committing to you. Let's see what he say then.
No,
don't wait for
doing
him.
That because I've probably already expressed to that person that I'm ready to date. And if you ain't picking up,
if you express that then and they're like, oh,
no, I'm not allowing him to read my mind. I'm like, okay, I'll be ready. I think I will be ready soon. And he's like, I'm like, nope, bye.
Well, in that scenario, okay, brush him to the side.
Yeah,
y'all heard it here, fellas.
Raven the streets.
Let Raven know. First 2 weeks.
It's happened too many times.
They got a 2-week time period.
Lock it down.
It might be a 48 window. I don't know. 48-hour window. I don't know.
It's not no 48-hour window.
72.
I mean, because I've learned that if a guy really likes you, he will.
If a person,
yeah, they will commit.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
I'm not even saying in like 2-3 months because I know that's a good, but a year, 6 months, that's way too long in my opinion.
To commit.
Yeah.
I think there's factors that go.
Because even when you start dating, you're going to still get to know that person. It's like, no, I'm still getting to know you. I'm like, well, why can't you commit and get to know me at the same time?
So you're saying like you guys are in a talking stage and it shouldn't take somebody 6 months for them to realize.
Over 6 months for them to realize.
That they want to date you?
Yeah.
I think there can be factors that go into that can play out why it might take longer.
For
example, they only see each other once a week. And that's the only time they can really see each other. That might prolong the wait.
I'm saying, but we're talking every day.
What if you're not talking every day?
Well, then that's a red flag for me as well.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to talk every day.
I don't need to talk to you all day, but I'd like to hear from you once a day.
Person like, hey.
So you want like a check-in?
Not really a check-in, but I would like to have a little small No. I need to get to know you. I need to ask how your day is. I want you to ask me how my day is. Because that's how you get to know about somebody is like how their day is going and how they process the day and, you know, just funny things that happen, laughing. Like, that's how you get to know somebody. If you're not talking to someone every day, for me, that's not a thing for me. I understand how some people can do that, but not me.
So if you have somebody...
Because my love language is quality time.
Yeah. If you have somebody on the same page as you, it sounds like that's what you're saying. And they're not willing to commit at that point, then I wouldn't be willing. I was like, you should have made up your mind by now.
Yeah.
All right. For me, it's... I get annoyed in instances where I'm being serviced, wherever, like, you know, restaurant or whatever, or doctor's office, and I can see that you're not busy, but you're still taking your time.
Yeah.
That's when I get annoyed because it's like, I'm more understanding when it's busy because I'm like, I get what that's, you know, how that is. But if you just standing around talking to the nurses or chilling with the other waiters in the corner and not, you know, trying to
my water ain't been refilled.
Yeah. Right. That to me gets annoying.
Yeah, I mean, they have a job for a reason. They're supposed to be working around at that time.
But at the same time, I still tell myself, you know what would I do in this job? When I was at JCPenney, I would tell people we didn't have shoes in the back, and then they're like, go check anyway. I just go back there and go on my phone, and I'll stay back there for like 5 minutes, pretend like I'm looking.
But you already told them that you didn't have it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Your thing. You like, we don't have it, and they're like, well, I want you to do it anyways. Like, so in that instance, like, all right, I'm going to appease you by going back here, but we don't have it.
Yeah.
So
granted, the food industry is different from like the retail industry. Because there's been definitely times I ignored customers. Like, I ain't trying to help them, bro. They want too much done right now.
Dang.
I'm quite sure you've been there. You probably hit it for some customers. You know what? Such and such will get them.
At the end of a shift, I got 3 minutes left. I'm like, out of this corner and fold shirts. But not, like if I'm in the middle of a shift, I'm going to go to the register.
Well, there's been plenty of times I look the other way. I ain't going to lie to you. I was young before. I wasn't trying to work. I was just there to get a paycheck.
I'm weak.
So they won't pay me much anyway. We know what they say. Work like they pay you. You pay me $7.25, $8. That's all the work you gonna
get.
That's
the quality work you gonna get.
Exactly.
Anyways,
the redirect corner. This is for people that lash out at others when they have to wait for things they want.
I think DEVON said it best. Just show compassion and see them as human and nothing else.
Shut up. If you can't
that
show
wasn't how I'm used to it. That was too tame.
He wants you to say shut up more aggressively.
Usually it's like, it grabs attention.
I might go back and look at the old episodes. I might be like, shut up.
You was just like, shut up. Usually you'd be like, shut up.
Go ahead.
Be quiet. Be respectful to your fellow human. If you can't do that, maybe you're not human yourself, and that's why you can't do that. You might be from a different plane. You might be a mole person. I don't know. Crab people or something. Because like they said earlier, the world don't revolve around you, and the world don't care about you, to be honest. It's the people that's around you that care about you, not the whole world. But yeah, learn to be compassionate though, because you want people to do it to you, so do it to others. Golden rule. Go ahead now.
Watch out.
I thought he was about to say
it's
that.
not this week. You see my hair growing back now. I can't do it.
You're not the Marcus no more.
I'm just crying.
I'm just gonna say I agree with y'all because I don't want to, be redundant.
Yeah, I think really we just wrapped it all up together, like just compassionate and just being understanding of other people.
So let the record show. DEVON just agreed. If you can't be compassionate, then you're a crab person.
Dr. Zoidberg out here.
Very specific. Wait, can you? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and say our quote. So.
Yeah. Go ahead, Raven.
Be grateful for the twists in the road. They teach us grace and humility.
Happiness isn't the product you seek. Happiness is the product of the choices you make.
And live your life as though each moment is a gift from your creator.
All right, cool. And please do not forget to engage with us on our socials, on Instagram at The Redirekt Podcast and Facebook at The Redirekt Podcast as well. And we have been asking our Instagram and Facebook followers to send us questions so we can answer them for episode 20, which is going to be a fantastic episode. So please do that and give us some questions for us to answer on our last episode.
Episode 20 is going to be the last episode of the season.
Yes.
So ask us any kind of question. It'd be crazy scenarios or whatever. No what ifs. No. Make it more interesting for us. The more interesting, the better, the more entertaining.
I got a job, so don't be asking me nothing crazy.
All right, and with that said, Redirekt out.
Peace.
Wait for us.
Thanks for watching, guys. As always, check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube to stream our episodes. Also, connect with us via Instagram and Facebook at The Redirekt Podcast. And be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment. Redirekt out.